Okay, here's a Sonic fan's impression of a Sonic fan who lets Ian Flynn live rent-free in his head. God, I fucking hate Ian Flynn. He ruined Sonic. He made Amy not love Sonic anymore. He made Sonic Generations woke. He killed my grandma. Okay, how was that? You thought my impression was good? Let me know down below. Okay, jokes and knowing smiles aside, I want to have a bit of a serious talk today, and it's on the topic of Ian Flynn. This man has had a rocky reputation recently for reasons I can't really fathom. The Sonic franchise has had one of the roughest times in terms of consistent writing. I mean, if you're a fan of the Adventure games, especially Adventure 2, and don't take this the wrong way, I love Sonic Adventure 2, but they weren't handled the best when translated. Shocker. I know. I mean, if you know that Maria in Adventure 2 had whole illness thing since the start, which wasn't touched upon outside Japan until Shadow Generations, then you would know how poor the translations really were in retrospect. And believe me, I'm not saying Adventure 2 was a poorly told story. I'm just saying it didn't have the best translation. If you don't believe me, then compare the scripts from Japan to the one in the West, and come back to me. In fact, many of these characters, including Sonic himself, has had a bad history with characterization, especially during the meta era. You know, I feel like I've just gone crazy. I feel some people are defending the horror dialogue from this era just because they grew up with these games. Now, listen, am I going to defend the Sonic Generations rewrite just because I found the original dialogue to actually be bad? Okay, before you get mad, I'm just going to say it. I don't play Generations for the story. In fact, nobody played Generations for the story. They played it because it was Sonic Generations. But I'm not going to act like the dialogue in the rewrite matches the cutscenes, especially when it was implied that classic Sonic ate Angel Island. Actually, now that I think about it, that's actually kind of funnier. But if you preferred the original script, more power to you, but in my opinion, the original script sucked. I don't really like any of the scripts written by Pontac and Graf from this era. In my view, the characters being written here are not well characterized in my book, and it's also telling considering these characters were being written by people who are infamous for being quoted as saying, "We've never played a Sonic game before." Like, you cannot tell me this dialogue is good when it's being written by two comedian writers who did the bare minimum research of the source material. Like, I hate how Sonic is characterized. I hate how he's portrayed as a wisecracking ass, rather than being portrayed as determined, confident, but a bit cocky. I'm not saying Sonic can't tell jokes, but I feel him always telling jokes just doesn't fit his character. Which brings me to the Ian Flynn hate, which is funny to me because people act like Ian was the worst thing that happened to Sonic when he was once considered the only good thing that happened to Sonic in the 2010s. I feel people are either rewriting history like they literally are time eaters, or they never read the Sonic comics during this time. I'm not going to act like I've read the comics. I know, fake fan coming in. But at that time, many fans praised the comics. I feel some people just have too much of a strong attachment to a certain era of Sonic just because they grew up with it. Look, I get it, nostalgia bias, blah, blah, blah. I know people grew up playing Sonic Heroes so much. I can't stop that. But believe me, I feel like if you think Ian Flynn ruined Sonic just because Amy had been all over the place for characterization, and yes, Amy was actually at a point in some cases where she wasn't trying to simp for Sonic, and he is trying to flesh her out more, I don't really know what to tell you. I know I get a lot of people who believe Amy must be constantly simping over Sonic all the time, and believe me, I don't believe Amy should lose her love for Sonic, but I don't believe Ian is actually trying to do that. In fact, I'll just go as far to say it. Amy being a constant simp made her too one-dimensional, okay? Sue me. But this is the same kind of shit I keep hearing. We went from wanting Ian Flynn to be the main writer for Sonic to now wanting him gone because we don't like the direction now. What are you guys, Goombas? In fact, we had Shadow Generations, and that story many people actually liked. And guess who wrote it? It was Ian Flynn. if you think Ian Flynn is a bad writer just because you don't like how Amy Rose is portrayed, what is your opinion on Rouge the Bat's boobs? I really feel the Sonic franchise is in a good position right now just because Sonic was in the dumps before. And now that it's being treated better now, people are just allergic to change. Which isn't new here. I mean, any Sonic fans who are around for Sonic Boom know about the Blue Arms situation. I will not elaborate any further. If you know, you know. But listen, if you don't like the direction it's going right now, I have advice for you. You can just check out. In fact, if you aren't a fan of the direction any franchise is going in, you can just check out. I also might make a video at some point talking about how much I hate elitist culture, and Sonic is no stranger to elitist culture. I feel this is kind of a branch of that. But really, time is a flat circle. This kind of thing has happened before. I mean, come on, some people legit hated Jason Griffith back then. Yes, I know. Shocking to hear this. But if you have an attachment towards a certain Sonic era, don't take this video as me attacking you. If you like those eras and prefer those eras more, then don't take this as me attacking you for liking them. I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. That's kind of the point of this channel. For me to talk about shit. Anyway, hope you enjoyed me ramble about this, and yeah. See ya. Bye.